ako dun, na-carried away ako sa credentials. But again, without further ado, siguro si Sir Felix na lang ang mag-discuss ng kanyang ibang credentials. So, one of the top 100 Filipinos on LinkedIn. So, without further ado, Mr. Felix Veroya.
Ayan, magandang gabi Miss Yan and to all our community members here at Zoom and those who are watching outside Zoom sa ating Facebook, no. So, ayun, sobrang init po. So, pagpasensya niyo na from time to time, hahawiin ko yung buhok kong medyo mahaba na. Sobrang init dito sa Batangas. I don't know where you are watching or joining from what particular location you are from. So, hopefully hindi ganun kainit diyan, no. Tama, ang init ga dito sa Batangas. So, anyways, let me just share my material. Ayan. So, okay lang naman pong mag-Taglish, ano po? Wala naman, meron ba tayong foreigner? Yan.
I don't think
Actually
so.
kasi,
We don't
okay.
have foreigner right now.
Okay, so sige, Taglish na lang tayo. Okay, so thank you Miss Yan for inviting me. Nung in-invite po ako ni Miss Yan to, share something to the community, nag-yes kaagad ako kasi sabi ko, this is my birth month. I celebrated last 2nd of May and sobrang dami kong talk lately and I think this is actually a blessing for me this month since this is the time probably for me to give back more compared to the other months. So ayun po. And itong i-share ko sa inyo actually this is something that I've learned from Vietnam. So nanggaling po ako sa Vietnam for a 5-day program. So it's a program na funded po ng USAID o ng US government and this school in Vietnam, si Fulbright University Vietnam. So meron silang program in partnership with the US government called the YSEALI Academy or the Young Southeast Asia Leaders Initiative. So nag-apply po tayo doon, nakuha po tayo and later on I'll share. But yun nga, this is like a result and an output of my me joining the program. Okay, so this is about leading with empathy. Okay, meron po ba sa inyo nakarinig na ng word na empathy bago tayo magsimula, no? Yung word na empathy po ba, is it something that you usually do? Because I believe that people here are freelancers or probably you have an agency that you own and you manage people or eventually you'll be managing people, no, pag nagkameron na kanyang chance to scale and mas dumami pa o lumawak pa yung mga projects na hawak nyo by God's intervention. So ayan, no, yung empathy is a very popular word nowadays, especially for leaders. There are a lot of programs na even Harvard, Stanford, dito sa atin, AIM, or Asian Institute of Management, leading ng mga universities and, executive education programs. Ito po yung, ito po yung fino-focus nila. Someone mentioned about, from Sir Ronald, customer service related, correct? Kasi we use empathy when we talk about customers. Yan. So, ito po, not only for customers. This is a context probably that applies not only to the customers but also to your team members. Kaya po yung title natin, Building Stronger Teams for Tomorrow. It talks also about sustainability. Paano ko ba masusustain yung mga members na meron ako ngayon, no? So, meron din po akong pag-game, I don't know, konting token lang, no. I usually do this, no, whenever I talk online, offline. So take lang po kayo ng picture na nagjo-join kayo dito. Pero sana naman yung picture, wag ito yung picture na yan, para naman yung mga ilang slides after this. So take kayo ng photo, you upload it sa Facebook, most probably tag our page and then use the hashtag. Ito tiningnan ko lang to dun sa mismong invite ni Miss Yan. I don't know if tama. Hopefully tama yung nakalagay. Alpha X Accounting Peoples yan. And then choose po tayo ng 5 winners of 100 pesos each. Not that much, pambayad lang din sa sa delivery fee, shipping fee ng mga ino-order nyo sa mga e-commerce platforms yan. Kasi yung wife ko fan ng ganyan eh. So alam ko medyo may mga fee din yan. So yun po, no. If you want to join, just follow the instructions. Okay? Right. So, Miss Yan mentioned, kanina parang gusto kong ikat si Miss Yan. Tama na, Miss Yan. Konti lang, parang surface lang. Kasi I don't want to spend time doing all of those. But thank you for doing that. So, ito po yung pinagdaanan ko na so far. So, by the way po, ang background ko po ay industrial engineering. Ako po ay graduate ng IE. Pero ngayon po, ako po ay nasa education sector, nagra-run ng mga trainings po as part of the business. And at the same time, entrepreneur po, no? So, and these are things that keeps me busy. I do a lot of talks, I do a lot of trainings, I do a lot of consulting jobs, no, in the process. And for the talk naman, we'll be taking on these topics, no. Ko-cover po natin ito. Empathetic leadership, ano ba yung characteristics ng isang empathetic leader? Ano yung importance, bakit kailangan nating i-practice yung empathy para maging or bakit kailangan natin maging empathetic leader? Ano yung lifelong learning around this practice na nag-i-emerge ngayon or nauuso? At saka mag-ano tayo ng mga case studies o parang paano ko ma-apply ang pagiging isang empathetic leader sa mga examples na ito. Okay po. Ayan. Pag po may questions kayo, let me know lang po, no? Um, you can type in doon sa ating chat box and then later on if we have time we will answer, no, but if kaya nating sagutin very related doon sa slides natin or doon sa guide natin na ginagamit ngayon, I'll try and answer it po, no, to manage the time. Okay, so just to put context, yun nga po na nag-apply tayo ng mga scholarship program since college po, yun na po yung ginagawa ko, scholarships and all that. So ito po isa sa mga scholarship na nakuha natin. Vietnam, all expense paid trip po yan. Nag-aral po kami ng mental health, may mga ginawa po tayong mga projects din, nag-pitch tayo ng project. So out of 788 applications, may 6 na Pilipino po na nakapasok dyan, yun po nasa right na picture. Sila po yung 6, yung 2 po dyan ay mga professors naman na Filipino din na nasa Vietnam, dun sa Fulbright University, Vietnam. And then less than 5% po ang acceptance rate. So 6 out of 36 po ang Filipino delegation and then the rest po ay coming from other Southeast Asian countries, no? At doon din po sa event na 'yan, ang isang activity po namin doon sa 5 days, yung Friday, yung last day ay mag-isip po ng way kung paano i-innovate ang mental health, no? Segue lang po ng konti, yung amin pong project is all about yung mga daddies, no? Sino po ba dito yung may yung mga daddy na or yung may mga asawa, no? Di po ba tayo familiar tayo dun sa context ng postpartum para sa mga naging nanay na? Tama po ba? Yung iba sa inyo baka naka-experience, no? Kami po ng wife ko, pinagdaanan din po namin um, yung ganyang season, no, sa buhay ng nag-start pa lang ng family, no, yung bagong may baby, no. Dun po sa aming ilang araw na nandun kami, no, yung mga kasama ko, yung kasama ko po is, yun po nakikita niyo sa right side, may mga flag po yan, yung ako po yung siyempre nakikita niyo doon, yung nakaitim, leftmost, and then yun pong isa, taga Myanmar, Sinway, yun pong isa, yung sunod sa kanya, isang doktor naman from Indonesia, si Ilham, and then isang psychologist from Timor-Leste, si OB. So kami po, ang finokus namin naman yung mga daddy. Meron po palang condition yung mga daddy na kapag before sila mag-baby, 1 year before mag-baby hanggang maging 2 years old ang baby, may mga stresses din po pa sila na nararanasan. And that is called paternal perinatal depression or PPND na hindi po familiar even yung mga psychologists na kasama namin dun sa program na nung yun po yung ginawa namin na project, nagulat sila na meron palang ganon. So kung meron pong daddy dito or feeling nyo yung asawa nyo need ng support, meron na po tayong project. Yung project po namin yung nanalo dun sa pinaka-competition na yon. Yan po yung page, no? Pwede nyo po siyang i-search, Connect the Dads, no? Nagki-create po tayo ng community para maging support mechanism para dun sa mga daddy na nakaka-experience ng ganung anxiety and depression around being a daddy o yung thoughts of being a daddy and yung mga new responsibilities, especially for new dads. Yan po. Okay po, konting segue lang kasi we're trying to build a community here in the Philippines. So, ngayon, balik tayo. Bakit kailangan matutunan ng empathy as a leader? So, every year, there is a report that is published by the World Economic Forum. And every 5 years, every year pinapublish, but every five years parang nire-refresh. It's some sort of that. And by 2023, no, nakalagay po dito, there are 10 skills, no, na sinasabi natin na magiging in demand, no? Not only for 2023 but for the next 5 years. And one of this, if makita nyo po on number 8, no? Empathy and active listening. So ibig sabihin po, it's not something that is just uso, it's something that based sa studies, based sa reports ng mga relevant organizations, kailangan talagang matutunan. Not only maybe as a leader of a team, sabi ni Sir kanina, for customers, but probably also as empathy when it comes to your, to yourself, no? Mamaya makikita natin na it's something that would benefit not only the people around you but also yourself, no? So, pag-usapan natin yung empathy. Ano ba yung ibig sabihin ng empathy? So, sabi diyan, empathy plays a critical interpersonal and societal role, enabling sharing of experiences, needs, and desires between individuals and providing an emotional bridge that promotes pro-social behavior. So, kumbaga, in the most simplest context, ang ibig sabihin po nito, you're trying to understand someone, no, in his or her particular circumstance. Naririnig nyo rin po siguro yung mga phrases na put yourself in other people's or person's shoes para kumbaga mas maintindihan mo yung tinatawag na context. Kasi minsan minsan may mga nagagawa tayo, may mga natitake tayong action, may nasasabi tayo na minsan it's not okay to do that kasi pero hindi tayo aware because we don't know the context. Now, empathy gives an avenue so that we can understand context of the people that is working around us or that is working with us, no? Yung pong kumbaga yung empathy nag-start yan sabi diyan mid 19th century. Nag-start siya dun sa word na Afanlong yan. So German word daw po 'yon. Kabaliktaran ng pagiging manhid. Somehow, no, sensitivity comes in different grades din po no. Yan. So sabi niya, knowing of a work of art. So ibig sabihin, it started as empathy, appreciation probably of art, no? Yan sabi natin diyan. And then eventually, it become as defined, feeling one's way into the experience of another. So, yan. So sabi diyan, theorizing that inner imitation of the action of others played a critical role in eliciting empathy and eventually added deeper texture in the 20th century to the concept of empathy by describing the emphatic relationship as I and thou versus unemphatic disrespect as I and it. So dati kasi parang yung context is parang sa art appreciation ganyan, and then eventually kinapture siya as from yun nga inanimate object sa tao na to better understand, 'di ba? Parang pag tumingin ka sa art, ano kaya yung iniisip ng artist ganyan. So ito naman tao na talaga yung pinag-uusapan natin. So that is the development, no? Okay. So meron akong quick test dito. So ready po kayo. Tingin kayo dun sa slides. Mabilis na mabilis lang to. This is a quick test of empathy. And later on, I need you to share your thoughts about or yung kumbaga naging result ng test sa inyo. Okay? So I'll play it. Even without the video, okay lang po. Pero let's see. Wait lang ha. Check ko lang po kung share video. Ayan. Okay. Hypes. What happened? Okay, so try natin.
There's more to yawning than meets the eye. Research shows that yawning is contagious. And so when you see the word yawn, look at photos of people mid-yawn, or watch film of actual yawns, you will start to feel like yawning. Also, the more you're affected by the images, the more empathic you are. So if you're feeling the need to yawn right now, then you tend to be good at reading other people's emotions. Whereas if you don't feel like yawning, then you're more of an emotional island. And so if you want to gain a fun insight into your friends, just ask them to watch this video and see if they yawn.
Ayan, so hindi ko po alam kung may mga nakikita ko dito actually nag-hiccup sila or nag-yawn sila. So meaning kapag daw po napanood niyo yung video at naapektuhan kayo nung even pictures or actions na nagyoyon, that's a quick test of empathy, mas empathetic rather po pala kayo kapag gano'n, yan. Buti lang kagigising ko lang. So, yun po, no? So, even that particular experiment, very simple, but can test our level of empathy, no? Yan. Sige po. Yun. So, meron ba sa inyo naghikap? Yan. Yan. So, type ha. Di ba parang ha? Parang gano'n pag naghihikap. So, yun. Insomnia nakita ko. Yan. So yung mga naapektuhan noon, parang may mas mataas daw po kayong level of empathy. Yan. So sabi po yun ng research na kinonduct ng school na to. Yan. Okay. Okay. So tingnan natin yung empathy dun sa context ng typical day at work, no? Or probably in the context of what you do, no? Kung hindi masyadong applicable ito, so siguro isip kayo ng isang scenario na magiging mas applicable. But this one is a typical day at work, probably for those na office or may kasama sa team and whatnot. So sabi niya, a marketing team is working on an important campaign for a major client. The project has the tight deadlines and the team has been working for long hours for several weeks. The leader, Michael, is focused on meeting the client's demands and impressing senior management. He has little time or interest in understanding how his team is coping with the stress. So yun po yung context, yun po ang ating scenario. Okay? Ngayon po ang tanong ay, given that, what do you think are the effects of this act Michael is pulling off as a leader to his members? Ano po sa tingin nyo ang mararamdaman ng mga team members or mga kasama ni Michael dun sa action niya as a leader? Stress na sila. Show off. Galit. Mad. Okay. Wala naman po siguro na... Of course, we're teaching empathy here. Diba? Parang siguro what I've learned, of course may filter na. When you say filter, kumbaga na process ko na, what I've learned by far is for every behavior ng isang tao, I'm not a psychologist, but siguro this is one thing that I've learned by far as a leader with my team also and working with the corporate, no? For every behavior, meron talagang explanation. So, if you really want to understand that person, you have to understand the context. You have to understand saan siya nanggagaling, bakit may ganito siyang behavior. But, syempre, initially, without filter, hindi okay sa'yo yun. Parang lahat kami stress na dito and you keep on, 'di ba? You still keep on rallying ganto ganyan na hindi naman nakakatulong, 'di ba? So, ano mangyayari? So if we talk about workplace productivity, do you think mas magiging productive ba sila because of what Michael is doing? Hindi, 'di ba? So, probably for some, I don't know, because of fear, ganyan. Pero if we talk about leadership attributes that are favorable, I think that's a big no. Correct. It could lead to burnout. Pero pag may ice cream po, hindi hindi na daw magagalit na pag naku meron nadadaan pala sa foods, no? But anyways, ano 'yan, parang it's a typical response na maging negative yung ating thinking about this scenario because we feel na parang we're left out of the picture of the frame, that we're not being asked about what we feel, 'di ba? And then kumbaga parang results. And this is a typical day in in organizations because organizations are result oriented. But given that, I think this is where the human side of things will come at play. Hindi pwedeng porke leader ka dun sa organization na yon, ito yung kultura, magpapakain ka sa kultura. Kaya nga, meron ng nag-emerge na topic talking about empathetic leadership at the workplace, di ba? So, yun yung mga typical na scenario. Now, talking about empathetic leadership, ito naman yung based dun sa ating definition. It's a leadership style that emphasizes understanding, recognizing, and sharing the feelings and perspective of others. When I was still part of the corporate, this particular thing is being practiced. This is being taught to us, no? From time to time, meron kami tinatabag ng mga one-to-one sessions I think every month or if not every quarter. During also the performance management appraisal, parang ganoon, or performance appraisal. Tinatanong kami ng mga immediate superior namin how are things at work, And sometimes we also talk about families, ganyan. So there's this culture, no? Since I've worked for an American company before, so siguro even before this thing happened here in Southeast Asia, it's something that's being practiced in more developed countries. Siguro yun yung naiisip ko na reason. So sabi dito, it involves leaders being attuned to their employees' needs, concerns, and motivation. So not only employees, but this can also be your colleague. It could be also your team member. Yan. So dun sa mga tao nakapaligid sa atin. So this is how empathetic leadership is working. Now, if we talk about empathetic leadership, may tatlo daw kind ng empathy. Cognitive, emotional, tsaka compassion. Yan. Compassionate empathy. Yan. So ano yung difference ng tatlo? Sa tingin nyo, just by reading the three without the definition, alin sa tatlong yan yung pinaka nagagamit nyo na type ng empathy, no? Is it cognitive? So you can put cognitive or CE, EE, and dalawa pala yung CE. Sige, cognitive na lang, emotional tsaka compassionate para ano. Can you type in kung ano sa tingin yung mas nangingibabaw na type ng empathy na nagagamit nyo as a leader? I'm seeing compassionate, cognitive, emotional, and then I'll jump into the description so that we know. Most likely, may mga combinations tayong ginagamit, pero from how you know yourself, yan. Alright, sige po. Thank you po. Yung mga kaibigan natin na outside Zoom, yung mga nasa Facebook Live, pwede rin po kayo mag-participate by typing your responses in the Facebook comment section. So, ano ba yung cognitive? So, when you say cognitive, more of thoughts. Naintindihan mo siya. Ability to understand another person's perspective, no? So, a leader understanding an employee's stress about a deadline without feeling the stress themselves. So, meaning parang, naintindihan ko na stress ka, pero hindi pa siya yung tipong walang attachment of the emotions and feelings. Okay, so parang the way lang a person thinks. Kasi when you know how your team members think, somehow mas madali mo siyang maintindihan mo siya at saka malalaman mo kung paano din siya i-manage, no? So that's one. Cognitive. When you say emotional, ito naman feeling with others. So the capacity to physically feel the emotions of another as though they are your own. I think this is more of the typical definition of empathy na alam natin. No? Feeling a colleague's disappointment after they are passed over for a promotion, 'di ba? Parang well, 'di ba parang sasabihin natin, okay lang 'yun, 'di ba? Yung tipong mga gano'n, okay lang 'yun. Pero when in reality, kung ikaw naman yung nasa position niya, hindi ka na-promote, na iba yung na-promote na parang you're expecting that particular promotion, I think hindi siya okay, 'di ba? Parang hindi siya, nasasabi mo siya kasi nga you're not being emphatic, no, dun sa dun sa nangyari sa kanya. So yun yung kaya kailangan mas maging yun nga, yung practice of emotional empathy. So fosters deep personal connections and trust within the team. And yung last is more of compassionate empathy. So, motivated to help. So, yung kanina, you're trying to understand their thoughts, cognitive, yung isa, emotion. Ito naman, yung compassion. So, not only understanding or feeling another's emotions, but also being moved to help if needed. For example, seeing a team member overwhelmed and offering practical help for adjusting project timelines. So, I'm not sure if na-practice nyo na siya before or ngayon, na parang if you see one team member na struggling for some reasons that probably we don't know yet, no? Kaya nga parang most of the leaders that I talk to, pag sinasabi, di ba, I'm also in the consulting, kapag hindi nagmo-move yung mga projects na sobrang lalaki ng value, like millions of dollars, and then nabe-burn out yung team, I always tell them na tanungin natin kung bakit hindi sila nagmo-move. What are the reasons? What are the factors that hinders them to move from one point to another? Kasi we have to understand probably baka they have like blockages or bottlenecks that they need intervention coming from you as the management. So the last row is drives actionable support and fosters a supportive and caring workplace environment. So after hearing that, I don't know if nabago, pero hopefully now you know kung ano yung type ng empathy yung madalas yung nagagamit. And if you see na the other types can be mixed to the teams that you handle or to the community that you have or to the team members or colleagues that you try to work with, then do adjust as necessary. Okay. Now, punta tayo din sa mga further characteristics ng empathetic leadership. So, ano yung una? So, sabi dyan, fostering a sense of purpose, community, and belonging within the team. Yan. So, na-practice nyo na ba yung first item na to, wherein na on top of the work that you do, on top of the things that you were working for as simple colleagues or leader and team member, so nag-uusap kayo outside work, kasi meron akong naririnig na even yung mag-boss, because walang ganung kind of relationship, so talagang lang, day in day out lang sila. And most of this scenario leads to what? Hindi tatagal yung team member. Kasi parang wala, puro work lang eh, 'di ba? And hindi siya healthy. Okay? How about anticipating the needs of team members and recognizing when they need extra support or assistance? Tayo ba yung, kagaya nga dun sa compassionate earlier, tayo ba yung willing tayo mag-extend ng hand kapag kailangan, or tayo ba yung as a leader, kung ano lang yung naka-assign sa atin, yun lang gagawin natin? 'Di ba? So these are reflections, no? And hopefully by this night magkameron tayo ng reflection, no? Self-reflections, and ma-move tayo kung saan man natin gustong pumunta after this talk, no? Actively listening and making conscious effort to be fully present and engage when team members are speaking. Yan. Excuse me. Kayo ba yung tipo na kapag may nagsasalita, nakikinig lang kayo, o kayo ba yung tipo kapag may nagsasalita, gusto nyo ring magsalita din? 'Di ba? Dalawa kasi yun eh. I always tell people, you listen not to respond. Hindi ka nakikinig kasi gusto mong sumagot, 'di ba? Uy, Sir Lex, kasi ganito, ganyan. Yung parang hindi pa siya tapos, meron ka ng before, because siguro I thought of it being a value add para dun sa kausap ko before having all of this exposure. And then I realized, okay, listening is as important as speaking. So you have to learn to listen first. And you listen to not to respond, but you listen to understand. Okay? So hindi yung parang kailangan ka din. Kasi sometimes as a leader, all you have to do is listen. And then if your subordinate or your team member or your colleague needs some of your inputs, and then let them ask for it, no? Pero kumbaga depende na rin kung siguro yung level ng pagkakakilala niyo sa isa't isa, no? Yan. But yun, active listening, no? And then understanding backgrounds, no? Experiences and challenges. As I mentioned, context, no? Iba-iba tayo ng background, especially when you're trying to work with a cross-cultural, no? Yan yung mga mahihirap, no? Even within the Philippines, we have different cultures, we have different backgrounds, no? There's religion, there's, wala na sigurong race kasi para tayong Filipino. Pero kunwari, when we are separated by islands, meron pa rin tayong talagang differences. You have to understand the differences. Baka mamaya okay sa iba, sa context ng iba, sa atin hindi okay, or the other way around. So we have to understand that and be careful, no? Para we are very mindful, no, of the things that we do or say. And then creating an environment for team members to feel safe and express their opinions and ideas without fearing judgment or retribution. So kayo ba, ano ba yung na-experience nyo? Kasi ako na-experience ko na yung environment na hindi nag-start pa lang ako, tina-turn down na yung idea ko eh. And I have this experiences before, no, with different leaders, and siguro it's really, siguro babalik ako trying to understand bakit kaya siya ganun. Ano kaya yung meron ba sa akin na mali yung mali yung entrada ko kaya ganyan yung response niya sa akin, or is it something na typical, or kumbaga sa lahat ng nakakausap or nakakasama niya ganun siya? Kasi that could be two ways eh. Hindi pwedeng i-generalize mo na ito ganito siya sa lahat. Baka naman sa akin lang, baka sa akin may kakaiba, or may dapat itama. So yun yung mga reflections ko naman pagdating sa ganitong scenario. So sometimes it's important for people who leads team to create this. No, in our small team here at Aslix, ang lagi kong sinasabi sa kanila, ano nyo, I let them put their thoughts, their opinions, and then we weigh based on, kunwari, with several filters and criteria, no? Kunwari, it's a business decision that we need to make. So I still, sabi nga dyan, merong part na sense of belongingness. Di ba sa Maslow's hierarchy of needs, nandyan yan, sense of belongingness. So when they feel that they're valued, yun yung part na the workplace becomes more productive, no? People becomes more productive, people becomes more appreciative of the work that they do, and it turns out that it would benefit the organization or your team, no, to be more specific and to be more relatable, no? So ayan. So sana wala tayo dun sa sa negative side nung bullet number 5, yung last bullet na hindi pa nakakapagbigay ng opinion or nanghingi ka ng opinion pero lahat yon no, rejected. So parang try to also open up yourself, no, as an empathetic leader, to to consider the opinions of other people or your team members, no? Ayan. So, pag tiningnan natin yung traits ng empathetic leadership, makita nyo dyan empathy. So, yung pinag-uusapan natin, flexibility. So, meaning, depende sa mga nangyayari, you can be flexible, no? Okay, so you can adapt to the changes and the dynamics of what is happening, no? What is being feed to you as a receiving person doon sa communication channel, no? Kunwari, meron sinabi na nahihirapan sila, so paano mo siya matutulungan? Talking about compassionate. So, kausapin ko ba yung principal natin or yung client natin na babaguhin natin yung deadline or ano ba yung pwedeng matulong natin? So, yun yung mga traits ng empathetic leadership. Compassion, it's almost the same that we talked about earlier. Emotional intelligence. I always tell my mentees, you have to understand how to play with yung emotions. Not play in a bad way, but play to your parang advantage, how you could maximize the use of emotional intelligence. Sometimes kasi we're fixated with yung parang puro technical, ganyan. Minsan nakakalimutan natin yung human dynamics, which is very important. And approachability. Hindi ka pwedeng maging empathetic leader kung laging close, kunwari if you have an office, laging close yung ano mo, or parang lagi kang bawal akong i-chat, bawal akong tawagan. Hindi, hanggang dito mo lang ako pwedeng i-message. Yeah, there are boundaries, pero sometimes you have to be open, especially in cases na parang 'di ba, parang in the usual window of time that we work, sometimes we're focused on work. Parang sa corporate, 'di ba, kung nakapag-try kayo mag-corporate, 'di ba, after work, that's the time na minsan you confide with gusto mong kausapin yung colleague mo to share something about what's happening with your life and all that outside work. So sometimes you need to be approachable. Kaya nga naimbento yung mga corporate setup na walang mga dividers, na laging open yung pinto ng office ni boss. Parang gano'n, 'di ba? So those are characteristics and traits of ayan, at ng empathetic leadership. And people are sharing, no? Share nyo lang po, no? I might not be able to read them all, pero yeah, just share your feelings and your thoughts, that these are all valid thoughts and opinions po. Yan. Ayan. Yan po. If you have resources to share yan, thank you sa mga nag-share ng mga books nila, no? So if we look into the workplace statistics, no, it affects, no, innovation, mas mataas kapag mas maraming empathetic leaders. In terms of engagement, mas mataas din siya, no, kapag mas committed yung mga tao when leaders are more empathetic. Inclusion, 50% of the people with highly empathetic leaders say they often or always benefit from an inclusive work environment. And sabi dito, 60% of people surveyed feel their life situation is respected and valued by their company, and say they never or rarely think of leaving the organization. So kung mapansin nyo, ganyan, no? So kung wala kayo sa corporate setup, as mentioned, freelance kayo, or kunwari nasa isa kayong agency or may agency kayo, so tingnan niyo yung magiging benefit for your business, no? So And I think this is something that we practice naman, no? Siguro this is a timely reminder lang for those na nakakalimot. When, to be honest, no, to be transparent and vulnerable, nung nandun po ako sa Vietnam, no, when we were having this kind of the training, the 5-day training, may mga realizations din ako kasi we're in the phase wherein we're trying to grow the business. We're expanding not only in the Philippines but also in the neighboring Southeast Asian countries. Parang habol namin lagi growth. Parang ganyan. And then eventually I realized, oh nga no, yung mga tao parang baka pagod sila sa dire-diretso na mga activities, ganyan. And then sabi ko, pagbalik ko, ang gusto ko sana yung kahit kaya naman, kahit okay lang kay mentor or kasi we do the training sa mga consultant, siguro kailangan every after X number of days talaga may certain time na wag mo na siyang mag-commit sa job, parang spend time with the family, parang ganyan. 'Di ba? Para i-enforce na gano'n para at least they have some time off. Though yun naman option talaga nila din. Pero syempre parang you could design the policy, you could design the kumbaga the mechanisms that would support kung ano yung gusto nyong i-drive dun sa organization. So yun yung isang realization ko na parang baka naging kamukha na kami ng malalaking organizations na puro profit lang, wala na yung mental well-being, wala na yung sabi nga doon, joy and happiness in the workplace na tinatawag. So hopefully wag naman sana tayong dumating sa ganon, even though nandun tayo sa portion that we're striving for growth. As much as possible, we go back to the senses of maintaining this safe and healthy working environment. So, talking about workplace benefits, as I mentioned kanina, and some are reinforced in this particular slide, higher employee engagement, more effective communication as prescribed, no, may open communication, no. Your team members or your colleagues can share their thoughts, they can talk about their feelings, their ideas about your within your team, no. Better stress management when facing change, no. Improve talent retention as you've seen. Sabi nga doon, most of them never na nilang naisip na umalis dun sa team na yon kasi they feel valued because they are empathetic leaders. Trust, yan, no? Isang magandang foundation and basic foundation of, stronger teams, no? More effective problem solving. So, imagine nyo ba, pag hindi empathetic yung leader, kapag walang safe environment, kahit ang dami ng problema, kahit alam ng isang tao na to yung solusyon, hindi siya mag-open up kasi feeling niya hindi naman niya problema yon. Yung parang ganon. Did you experience that before? Or naging leader ba kayo na meron kayong ganong scenario na na-experience? Kasi these are like scenarios that happens, no, in the actual workplace. Kapag hindi open yung communication, pag walang empathetic leadership that governs the workplace. Yan. More inspiring leadership. So ilan lang to sa mga benefits that you can take out of practicing empathetic leadership. So these are some, no, I'll not dwell too much on this. I think some of this are very self-explanatory, and some of this we were able to cover na din. Yan. Siguro dito lang sa tingin nyo, just for us to have an engaging lang na portion, no, for the talk as a break, no, parang talk break. Alin dito yung pinaka sa tingin nyo nagre-resonate sa inyo as a key skill of as an empathetic leader? Number 1 or probably siguro top 3. Para madami kasi ito we have 10 here. Sabi nga nila sa Pareto Principle, 80-20 rule. Top 2 or top 3 ninyo that resonates you as an empathetic leader. Can you share in our Zoom chat or in our Facebook comment section po? And I'll try to read them. Com skills, patience, and conflict resolution. Nice. Napaka gandang combination yan. Really fits a leader, no? Na can more of negotiator, conflict, solver siya. Mediator, yan. Yun yung isang skill. Actually, andyan din ako sa mediator type sa office. Parang ako yung pinaka referee. Ganon. Conflict resolution, self-awareness. Nice. How about the other people? Let's spend 1 minute probably Yan. Parang Kristo. Alright, approachability and openness, supportiveness and encourage. So, ito pag nakita ko yung profile, it's more of siya yung nilalapitan or siya yung tipong kayang mag-extend ng magandang support mechanism. Parang cheerer type, alam mo 'yon? Siya yung hinihingan lagi ng advice, siya yung parang nagba-brighten up ng day ng mga kasama niya. Yung mga ganyang profile, sila din yung madalas takbuhan ng mga may gustong ikwento, may gustong i-open up, may mga, 'di ba? At, what else? Supportive and encourage, yan. Medyo pareho nung profile si Miss Ian nung ano, nung kanina. Approachability, openness, patience, self-awareness, and self-regulation. Wow. Bibihira yung mga self-awareness, yung self-regulation, medyo mahirap din yan eh. Sometimes when you are an empathetic leader, this is actually a valid point na shinare nung isa kong teammate kasi nung during pandemic yung parang lahat nung stress na-absorb niya. So she has this term called containerized. So kunwari in a family setup or maybe in a team setup, ikaw yung nag-a-absorb ng negative thoughts. Parang 'di ba medyo nakaka-ano rin sa'yo, your mental health is being compromised as well, 'di ba? So, 'yun, kailangan din natin mag-debrief, 'no? Kailangan may mga sessions din tayo to debrief if we are on the receiving side of this kind of things, yan. Thank you po, 'no? Thank you for, sharing your assessment of your key skills as an empathetic leader. I really appreciate this, yan. Nagkokota. Well, that's part of, the usual thing. Even naman in the work that we do, 'di ba? Parang sales naman kasi is a regular process. I mean, kahit nung nasa corporate ako, I'm part of the organizations, no? The corporations will have that. Even mag-freelance tayo, sama meron pa rin. Sales naman is part of every, transaction and organization. Wow, thank you, thank you. Active listening, yan, yung mga active listeners natin. Okay. So, actually, if you have kumbaga parang assessment na mataas yung level of empathy nyo, or you can qualify really as an empathetic leader, you can take that as an advantage, no? Maybe you would see that as something that you could offer as a service. Market research, I don't know, 'di ba? Especially for those who are though you're accountants, but in accounting, kunwari sa accounting process, yung mga pain points, 'di ba? Sometimes when we sell our services, products and services, this is not just me, but from the advices that I get from my mentors for our business. Lagi nilang sinasabi, you can use empathy always to your advantage. So whenever you're having discovery calls, 'di ba, yung tipong what are your pain points? Saan kayo nahihirapan, 'di ba? So what basically parang gives you the pain points? Ganyan, how can I help you resolve your pain points? Will it help to if I do this for you and do that? Ganyan ganyan. So empathy is, really something that's good to practice. Now, there are certain challenges when it comes to empathy, no? Medyo mabilis na lang 'to, no? Give me siguro 10 minutes and then we can end the session. So, nandiyan na yung balancing empathy with authority. Siyempre, you're trying to understand them, 'di ba? Pero siyempre, you're also the leader. Ayan, 'di ba sasabihin ng iba, "Yun, sobrang close kay ganito," 'di ba? Yung usual natin naririnig. But, you have to balance now. Kasi minsan we are being drowned in the context na intindihin na lang natin, pero hindi palaging pwedeng iintindihin natin. If there are actions that need to be done, um, kailangan i-ano mo yung authority. Kunwari, I've had several na I have to hindi naman cut ties, pero parang sabi ko, sige, try namin yung iba naman na parang provider ng ganitong service muna. Though I understand you have this circumstance, na parang you're still trying to learn things out, ganyan. Pero kasi we're talking about a business, hindi pwedeng kumbaga empathy lang. So yung kumbaga what I'm trying to say is you have to balance. Yan, kaya skill no. Burnout, kagaya ng sinabi ko kanina, since you are in the receiving end, mababurnout ka talaga. So if you have this, kailangan meron ka ding magandang support system. Okay? At saka meron ka ding release. Meron kang kung paano mo nire-release yung nare-receive mo ng mga negative thoughts. Kayo ba, paano ba kayo mag-release ng negative emotions, no? Ano ba yung parang pinaka-pantanggal niyo ng stress? Para baka mamaya merong mabe-benchmark yung mga kasama natin diyan. Video okay, wow! Hasang-hasa na siguro si Sir Ronald sa ano. Kumakain. Puwede din 'no, pero siyempre as we age kasi medyo yung pagkain parang kung kailan 'di ba parang ironic kung kailan tayo may pambili bawal na kasi tumataas yung uric, yung blood pressure, yung sugar. So parang eat healthy, parang gano'n, eat healthy. Stress eater, 'yan medyo same tayo. For some, ice cream gumagana siya, eh, 'no? It works kasi actually dessert, sweets. I think it comes along the line of hormones and something. I don't know the science. Netflix, pareho tayo, Netflix. But ako specific anime. Medyo ano ko, anime, ano po kay anime person. Yung pong mga parang, nung unang panahon, cartoons po yung tawag doon na nag-evolve to anime. But they're different genre, just to put context lang. Self-help books, yan. Ako po marami akong books. Ayan. One of my hobby is to collect books. Pero mahina pa ako dun sa next process, yung reading. Ayan. Lalo na ngayon medyo tamad na ako kasi may AI na eh. Sometimes I ask AI to, summarize the key points of the book. But I have a lot of books. Whenever I get to get some good titles, talagang binibili ko siya. Iced coffee, yan, mga coffee persons, social media. So, we have a lot of different ways, and I think for as long as it's not hurting other people, it's not affecting other people negatively, it's valid, no? Again, I'm not a psychologist, but I'm talking in the perspective of a person you know, who empathizes with how you manage your stresses. Sometimes there's also the challenge of misinterpretation of empathy. Parang sabi, ano nga yung sa mga movie? Don't miss ano nga bang tawag dun? Yung parang wag niyong, ano nga yung tamang term? Wag niyong i-perceive as yung kindness ko as weakness, parang gano'n. Hindi ko makuha yung tamang ginagamit na ano, eh. Don't confuse ba my kindness as weakness, parang gano'n ba? Naririnig ko yun madalas sa mga movies, 'yan. So, kasi minsan parang it leads also to cases na na-o-over, na-e-exploit tayo, yon na-e-exploit tayo as a leader na parang, may mga barahang ginagamit, eh, and sometimes dahil alam nilang papayag tayo, yun medyo na-a-abuse lang, 'di ba? Sa Kill Bill ba yun? So, I think madami na rin gumamit na yun ng ano, eh, but anyways yun. Okay. Sige, basta narinig ko lang din yun, eh, na parang yun nga, I can relate to that misinterpretation of empathy. Yan. Sometimes, challenge din for empathetic leadership kasi kunwari, 'di ba, feeling natin there's a one size fits all, but depende kung sino-sino yung kasama natin or sino-sino yung kasama natin sa team or hinahawakan natin sa team, iba-iba sila ng profile, meron diyan meron diyan na maingay na iba yung pag-handle sa when it comes to leadership and empathetic leadership, merong sobrang tahimik, merong in between, alam mo iba-iba. So the diversity in the workforce also adds to the challenge of and of practicing. Sometimes time constraints, lahat busy, hindi na tayo makapaglaan ng time. Kaya siguro if you can put a system, kagaya ng nabanggit ko, it could be 1 hour per week, I don't know, or 1 hour per month, or 1 session per month, checking on your subordinates. Ako, ang ginagawa ko ngayon, if we have time off, inaaya ko sila to eat outside kasi we're doing remote work, eh. So ano tayo, labas tayo ganyan para makapagkuwentuhan, makapag-coffee. So what are your challenges? So we find time, common time, 'no, Yan. Virtual work environments, yan, ito, applicable din sa atin, no? Probably we have remote work. Sometimes, kunwari, yung mga clients naman natin or yung clients natin as client natin sila and then also they act as our employer, no, in a way, or I don't know if you're using the word employer. So, di ba, wala naman tayong uh, hindi tayo pwede makapag-confide, no? Depende siguro sa level ng business relationship, no? So, yun, minsan din virtual work setup kasi hindi natin alam. Kunwari, if your camera is off, I'm just speaking to myself, 'di ba? And if you're in a team GC, whenever you chat something, you can read it using different intonations or different na voices. Na parang ang simple lang na kunwari sabihin, sige, ipapasa ko na. Parang yung dating sa iba, 'di ba? Iniisip mo ay ganito, parang pero yung sa kanya typical lang naman. So because of those kind of lost translation or communication channels because of the work setup, so yun, no? It also is a challenge in empathetic leadership. Training and development. So probably some people would want to try and practice empathetic leadership. Unfortunately, they don't know how to start. It's not something that that will just, andyan na. You're empathetic already. Sometimes they need to learn the ropes. Kailangan alam nila kung paano. Kasi hindi lahat mataas ang level ng empathy. But probably yung iba doon gustong mag-practice pero nga they don't know how to start, no? And then one big thing is actually individual biases. Familiar ba kayo sa mga mental biases na tinatawag? Baka meron ditong BTS Army ba dito? Kasi 'di ba dun yung mga bias sa mga K-pop group, yan. Ay, segue po. Meron ba dito mga fan ng BINI? Yan, kasama ko sa grupo, mga Bloom. Yan. So may mga biases, 'di ba? So ito naman individual biases. Ito po yung mga mental biases. Kunwari, yung example is confirmation bias. Yung parang hahanap tayo ng someone na parang magva-validate doon sa ano natin na, "Oh, 'di ba tama naman ako?" Yung mga gano'n. "'Di ba tama naman yung sinasabi ko?" 'Di ba? So, yung biases na 'yan, that actually hinders how we practice empathetic leadership. Kasi iba-iba nga tayo ng may kanya-kanya tayong pag-take ng perspective, POVs, no? So, at yung biases na 'yan, it's something that we we acquire as we grow. 'Di ba? Parang because of the years na nangyari, yung mga biases na 'yan, yan yung na nakukuha natin. Meron ding yung tipong marami yan, nakakatuwa po yan, no? If you can search sa Google, madami po yan, no? Hindi ko na lang nasama dito, mga biases, no? Isa yung sunken cost fallacy. Ano yung ibig sabihin nun? Let's say, work. 10 years ka na sa work. Kahit wala ka ng wala ka ng growth na nakikita, sorry. Can you just give me a minute? A second lang pala, second. Ayan. Kunwari work, 10 years ka na, wala kang nakikitang growth. Pero nagstay ka pa rin. Bakit? Kasi, nangihinayang ka, 10 years na 10 years na ako dito, sayang naman. 'Di ba? Relationship, ganun din. 8 years na kasi kami. Ganun. Sayang naman. 'Di ba? Nakukuha nyo? Kasi nag-invest ka na ng time. Kunwari, mat kunwari fast food, ang tagal mo ng pumila. Tapos parang kahit gusto mo nang umalis, pero ang tagal mo 10-15 minutes ka na 10 to 15 minutes ka nang nandun, wag na tayo lumipat, sayang naman, 'di ba? So those are biases. And how does it relate to empathetic leadership? Kasi nga, um, this creates the differences. This create the complexities. So, yung lahat ng yon, imagine if you have 10 members. If you wanted to practice, no, if you want to practice empathetic leadership, kailangan mong isolve lahat yon. Kailangan mong intindihin lahat yon. 'Di ba? So parang kung nandito ka ngayon, may anak ka, yung anak mo, 5 yan, iba-iba ugali niyan. So kung nanay ka pala o tatay ka dito, medyo napa-practice mo pala talaga yung empathetic leadership in a way, no? So that is something also as a discovery, no? So ito yung mga challenges, no? And there are a lot of ways on how you could go about this, no? Some of the strategies is, ayan, provision ng training, set clear boundaries, no? Pwede natin siyang ma-map, no? If we map it dun sa previous slide natin, we also have encourage self-care and then use technology din, no? Ay, sorry, medyo nag-lag yata ako at some point because of the internet. Can you confirm if I'm back na? If you can hear me clearly? Yan. Ayan. Okay po, thank you. So ito lang ilan lang 'to sa mga ways on how to do it. And I think yun namang mga bagay na puwedeng gawin. This is not something new. This is something na kailangan lang natin malaman na ito pala yung reason kung bakit. And then I think and I strongly believe it's a matter of yes and to take on these identified challenges. Parang since I'm a consultant for problem solving process improvement, what I always champion is, sabi nga ng sikat na na tao na to, si Charles Kettering, sabi niya, a problem well-defined is a problem half solved. So kung alam natin kung saan nanggagaling, kung bakit hindi paano mag-solve or i-address yon para mag-transition tayo from being a not empathetic leader to being an empathetic leader. Yan. Okay. So ano yung mga practical tips, no? Sabi diyan, don't jump to negative conclusions, 'di ba? Sometimes as leaders, depende kasi sa pagkakakilala natin sa tao, nagja-jump na tayo sa conclusion, 'di ba? Ito si ganito kaya ganyan yung work niya kasi ganito ganyan. Pero pwedeng iba yung context. We have to go back to context. So don't jump to negative conclusions. Ano pa? Practice active listening. So when you say practice active listening, I salute people who are really good at practicing active listening. Yung tipong kaya nilang makinig lang ng makinig at probably it's more of like maybe more of a counseling role, parang ganun yung dating, no? So again, you need to practice listening to not to respond but listening to understand, no? Yep, no? Tama yon. Human psychology at source. Get a better perspective. Ako lagi kong ano yan, no? POV. Ano yung POV niya? Yan. Validate others. Madalas kasi in a typical workplace, what we experience or probably unconsciously, we practice na i-invalidate natin yung feelings or yung ideas or yung whatever of that person, no? It could be ideas, emotions, no? Na dapat hindi, no? Yan. And then show interest in your employees' lives, no? Hindi naman yung hindi naman yung mamarites, no? Hindi naman 'yon. Wag gano'n, no? In a level lang na parang, "Uy, kamusta?" And I think I admire my previous bosses for really practicing this because I really feel I really feel that high sense of belongingness that it made me stay for good 3 years. Kasi I have this 3-year parang itch, 'di ba, parang may 7-year itch for relationship. Ako, I have 3-year itch sa mga companies na pinasukan ko. When I used to work for this company, 3 years at most, and then lipat, and then after 3 years, ganun. Parang ganun yung naging routine ko. But I stayed because of this people. I think kung wala sila, mas mabilis akong nag-hop to another company because they really showed interest dun sa buhay ko outside work na parang, "Uy, kamusta yung ano mo, ganyan, kamusta yung family mo, yung anak mo," yung mga tipong gano'n, "Kamusta yung asawa mo," yung gano'n. "Ano yung ginawa niyo nung weekend?" So we have this kind of, you know, um, what you call this personal relationship. But of course, you have to understand context. Baka mamaya yung context niya hindi naman siya comfortable. So you have to know to read then context and try to understand context. Baka mamaya medyo offensive sa kanya. No? So and I think it will dwell also on the culture. If they see people na trying to share a portion of themselves, it becomes a culture. No, hindi naman siya parang single out lang na si ganito lang yung ano mo. So yun, dun papasok mga biases and whatever. So try to create that culture, no? So ito yung 5 easy ways to practice empathy at empathetic leadership at work. Now, let's try some use cases, no? May 5 ako dito, I'll try to cover. And I want you to share your thoughts. I'm gonna share the context of the scenario. I'll ask for your insight. Put them, parang we're gonna practice your empathetic leadership with these 5 use cases, no? Parang kung kayo yung leader na nandun sa position na yon, what will you do? Okay, and then we will see based dun sa sagot dun sa use case kung pareho ba or hindi pareho or different ba yung POV nyo dun sa nakalagay sa use case. Okay? So, situation. So, a project team is facing internal conflicts due to differing opinions on the project direction, causing delays and frustration. Ano ang gagawin nyo para ma-address to as an empathetic leader? Okay? So, okay. Someone shared. Active listening, change in POV. Okay, how about others? Meron ba kayong gustong i-share? There are no wrong or right answers. This is you as an empathetic leader. Anong gagawin nyo kapag may ganitong scenario? So may project team, they're facing an internal conflict due to differing opinions. Anong gagawin nyo? On project direction, na nagkakos na ng delay. Alignment meetings, okay? Sige, let's spend the next 30 seconds more kung meron pa pang gustong mag-share. Let the person present his or her opinion, then discuss or meet. Okay? Sige. So, reveal natin yung answer. Sabi, ayan, sige. Listen to suggestions, then come up with solution na with common agreement. Okay. So, thank you for those who shared their thoughts. Ito yung sabi dito, no? Yung parang keto correction natin. Yan. Okay. The leader arranges individual meetings. Someone mentioned about meetings, but this one, individual meetings. So, ibig sabihin, kukuhanin niyo muna yung POV ng magkakahiwalay. No? With each team member to understand their concerns and perspectives fully. And then the leader, as a leader, you acknowledge each team member's feelings and viewpoints without judgment, fostering a safe space for open dialogue. And then from that point forward, saka palang mag-meet as a team, and you will facilitate a constructive discussion. You encourage team members to express their thoughts respectfully and collaboratively find a solution. So siguro yung iba sa inyo, ito rin yung gustong gawin, 'di ba? Pero hindi lang na-share. Yan. Hopefully, yan yung based dun sa ating parang optimal, no, yung parang best solution na nakikita natin applying empathetic leadership principles, no? Okay? How about case number 2? Situation. Managing change during organizational restructuring. So, ibig sabihin po nun, magbabago yung org structure changes. The company is undergoing a major restructuring that involves changes in team structures and roles, leading to uncertainty and anxiety among employees. Ano sa tingin nyo yung pwede nyong gawin as an empathetic leader in this scenario? Ano ba usually ang nangyayari kapag may ganito, may mga restructure, magbabago yung ng kumpanya nyo, yung kung kanino kayo nagre-report, ayan. Yung mga team nyo, ma-assign kayo sa ibang team. De-escalate fears and worries from your team. Okay? That's a good point. What else? Or who else yung gustong mag-share? Review employee skills to where they are compatible with. Reassess skills muna. Reassure the team. Yan, no? From my experience being in the end of ako yung nandito, may anxiety, probably may uncertainty ako nakikita of my position in the organization during several experiences about restructuring. So medyo hindi siya medyo nakakakaba siya, parang paano ako, baka may trabaho pa ba ako next day, 'di ba, parang gano'n. So that calls for empathetic leadership. Meet the team and discuss the positive effect of the structuring. This is actually also a good point here from Arlene. Yan. Sige, tingnan natin kung ano yung parang best scenario, or parang ano yung empathetic leadership application. So the leader communicates the changes transparently, explaining the reasons behind the decisions and how they will impact the team. So kapag kasi may mga changes, no, as part of change management, the first part is to always make people aware of the change and why the change is happening. Yan. So the leader holds a Q&A session to address employees' concerns directly, demonstrating an understanding of the anxiety such changes can evoke. No? And the leader offers support resources such as counseling and career development sessions to help employees adapt to the changes in the organization. So yan, yung mga binanggit nyo basically falls into this bullet points, no? Yan. Okay, so let's take on the next case. Enhancing employee performance. Ayan, maraming makaka-relate dito, no? Situation, very simple. An employee has been underperforming and the issue needs to be addressed. It could be you one time in the point of your career as a corporate person, or ngayon na may team kayo, may agency kayo, pwedeng kayo to or isa sa member ninyo. So how do you go about this? Baka meron ba ditong sige, welcome sa meeting natin, sa one-on-one natin. Last day mo na pala today, na-impake na namin yung mga gamit mo. Baka naman ganun ka sudden, no? Siyempre hindi naman dapat. One-on-one talk, discuss the issue privately. A good point from Jocelyn. From Vanji, talk to the employee and ask what could be the problem. Yan. Yan yung mga typical paths natin, no? Call into action. One-on-one with the employee. Empathy. Okay. Let the employee take the leave. So, yan. Sige. Now, while you are putting your 2 cents, no? Ayan. So, sabi dito, ask what is happening, listen, and discuss how he can improve or he or she can improve or the effect of improving. How you can help from Israel. From Gail, counseling to assess if the employee has personal problems. Okay. One-on-one talk, offer more trainings with which the employees might need. Yan. So, ito talaga yung literal na kailangan maging, compassionate, yung kumbaga, nasa level ng compassionate empathy. So, I'll try to understand bakit ganun siya mag-isip. I'll try to understand the emotions tied up with dun sa result ng employee performance niya. And then I'll try to offer, di ba? Ways on how we could move yung performance niya from this, probably red, papunta sa green, no? So sabi dyan, instead of immediately resorting to disciplinary measures, the leader meets privately with the employee to discuss their performance in a compassionate manner. The leader asks open-ended questions to uncover any underlying issues the employee might be facing either professionally or personally. Together, the leader and the employee develop a performance improvement plan, which includes clear objectives, regular feedback sessions, and additional training if necessary. So, very good yung mga points na binigay nyo kasi it dwells into this kind of suggestions din. So, yan. Mga empathetic leaders pala naman tong kasama ko. So, I think, hindi ko na to gawin. Yan, siguro picturean nyo na lang siya. Yan, kasi parang medyo ulit na rin naman siya dun sa iba. But the good thing is we were able to practice, no? Yan. Yung ating empathetic leadership principles, no? So isang video lang, and I think I'll be jumping into the last slide. This is a video from Simon Sinek, no? The famous speaker then on leadership. So let's watch this all together.
So why is it that when somebody has performance problems at work, why is it that our instinct is to say, you're out? We do not practice empathy. What does empathy look like? Here's the lack of empathy. This is normal in our business world. You walk into someone's office, someone walks into our office and says, your numbers have been down for the third quarter in a row. You have to pick up your numbers, otherwise I can't guarantee what the future will look like. How inspired do you think that person is to come to work the next day? Here's what empathy looks like. You walk into someone's office, someone walks into your office and says, your numbers are down for the third quarter in a row. Are you okay? I'm worried about you. What's going on? We all have performance issues. Maybe someone's kid is sick. Maybe they're having problems in their marriage. Maybe one of their parents is dying. We don't know what's going on in their lives. And of course, it will affect performance at work. Empathy is being concerned about the human being, not just their output.
Yan. Sabi dyan, no? Be the leader you wish you had. Diba? Kasi sometimes, ang tendency natin, and I've seen this, no? Coming from a person that has been into the academe, sometimes kapag may terror teacher ka, someone mentioned that teacher siya before, no? Parang kapag naging teacher ka, emanate mo yung terror teacher mo nung college. Na parang kapag nagturo ka na din, somehow, yun yung nag-emanate mo, no? Parang siguro, it's the subconscious, no? Parang intentionally hindi mo naman gusto yun, pero you were pushed to those kind of parang scenarios, no? Para makabawi. Ayan. Ayan, sige. Ayan. Sige po. Sorry. Quickly is yan. Yan po. So, may nag-request lang ng slides 4. Ayan. You can actually take the picture. Ayan. And then, slide number 5. For those hindi pa nakatake ng picture. So, take the picture. Ayan. Ayun, no? So, very, very napaka-compelling nung video na to ni Simon Sinek. No? Parang kung tutuusin, ang dali lang naman eh. Parang practical lang naman yun eh. Pero in reality, di ba? Sabi nga, common sense is not so common. Di ba? So, siguro it's a great reminder also for us, no, as leaders. Anyways, so what are my reflections? And I'm about to end, no? Number 1, empathy. Ayan. Wait lang ha. Magko-content lang din ako. So, set up ko lang yung video ko para may content ako tonight. Wait lang. Okay. Yep. Ayun po. So, as our reflections for Lead with Empathy. Number 1, empathy is a critical skill of the future. You've seen from the World Economic Forum report, it's number 8 in 2023. Dati wala po yun, no? Pangalawa, empathetic leaders contribute not only to the employee well-being, but also to the business bottom line. If we talk about the connection of empathetic leaders to productivity, diba? Number 3, there are actionable ways to readily practice empathetic leadership in our workplace, in our teams. Empathetic leadership not only benefit the members, as I mentioned, it also affect you as a leader. And we have a lot of ways on how to be #significantly better empathetic leaders. So yun lang po yung aking main points, no, for tonight. And again, thank you Miss Yan for inviting me to share this particular material, no, to your audience, to your community, and hopefully may natutunan po kayo. If we have some time, probably we can entertain 2 to 3 questions po before we end. Thank you again. And please, let's be connected in LinkedIn and in Facebook. Thank you.
Ayan. So, thank you very much, Sir Felix. So, pa-type naman kung may natutunan tayo, type natutunan. May natutunan po. Or empathy na lang kung may natutunan. So, for those who's aspiring leaders, different kind of leaders, so malamang may natutunan talaga kayo on how to handle people or leadership, kind of leadership. And maganda yung last video, di ba? Ayun. So, di ba tayo pag nasa work, ayoko nga pag naging leader ako, hindi ako ganyan. Gusto ko hindi ako magiging ganyan. So, di ba, yun yung ano. So, ayan. Thank you so much, Sir Felix. And again, please connect with Sir Felix. And 2 to 3 more questions. You can unmute yourself before we proceed sa picture taking, and we will send a certificate to Sir Felix. And then don't forget to post yung kanina. Sir, if you can flash what's the mechanics for the 100 pesos. For the 1 million, char. For the 1 million, baka maniwala sila sa 1 million. 100 Gcash. Ayan, nakamute si Sir. Baka bigla sila mabilis. Sir, naka-mute, sorry. Sino naka-mute po.
Hopefully next time marami na tayong baon na pampa-token. By the way,
Ah,
yan mabilis lang, no. Kung meron
sure.
kayong time, pwede niyong i-visit din sana yung ano namin. May mga free courses kami on
Uy.
innovation, sustainability, analytics, and continuous improvement, no. Kung gusto niyo pong take ng mga free courses, meron po kaming libreng not yellow belt,
Well,
white belt
maganda yan.
certification. Pwede nyo pong i-take yan, dagdag credentials din po yan. Kapag may clients kayo na gusto problem solving, yan po, no? Pwede nyo po siyang i-scan, makukuha nyo po yan. It's an e-learning, pag na-complete nyo yung requirements, automatic, tapasan nyo yung 10-item na exam, makukuha nyo yung may certification, ginagamit din po yan. Kumbaga sa CPA, di ba? CPA, equivalent din po yan na pwede nyo ilagay after your name. Ito po, yung CLSS
CPD.
white belt. Yan po yung entry level, no? Ayan po. Doon
Ay,
naman sa
maganda
ating
yan.
sa ating kanina, ayan. Ito po 'yon, yan. Kung gusto niyo pong mag-participate, yan, pwede po kayo
Yan, may nakita
mag-participate.
na ako si Josie nag-post na. Again, for those who's watching, pwede pa kayong humabol. Pwede nyo itag sa, I think mas better sa akin, mas gusto ko sa LinkedIn kayo. And before we proceed din, Sir Felix, sige nga, describe mo yung experience natin because ini-encourage ko sila sa top 100 Filipinos on LinkedIn for 2024. Ano yung
Mm.
experience natin nung nagkita-kita tayo ng March 22? Nandun ka ba ng January 27? Sorry kasi yung first natin medyo wala pa eh. Nung January 27, nandun ka ba?
27, I think January 27 yata wala pa ako. Yung sa
March
Blagapalusa, yung first
22.
meetup. Yun yung meetup
Ayan.
na ano.
So, ayan ang bigay si Sir ng
Well,
napaka-generous, namigay ng mug. Nakipag-aguan kami sa mug. So, ano yung
well,
natin doon? Culture. Let's inspire them.
yung top 100 actually naging ano rin siya, naging active na community siya. Nitong nawala na yung pandemic kasi nung time namin pandemic ano pa yun pandemic era kami kumbaga. So ito very active yung community. We've been doing a lot of meetups, and then during the meetups there are learning sessions. And on top of the learning sessions, release the network, no? Ako I'm a fan of, valuing your network. Sabi nga 'di ba, your network is your net worth. So ibig sabihin kung gaano kadami hindi naman siya sa dami, pero kung sino yung ka-network mo, yun yung nagbibigay sa iyo, yun yung kumbaga value that you can derive out of this particular network, no? Referrals, we're talking about not the learning process, nandiyan na rin naman yan. Pero yung kunwari referral, you get to be involved in other projects that would resonate or that is aligned to your yan, si Miss Yan has been a speaker along with Francis Chikong. I think nung nakaraan, wala rin ako kasi nagka-conflict. But, this kinds of, opportunity. And I think, pwedeng-pwede, no, probably isa, dalawa, tatlo, or baka 5 sa inyo, naghihintay lang na manominate kayo, no, if you're active at LinkedIn or on LinkedIn, no. Ako, before, I have this, I'm idolizing someone, no. Ngayon kaibigan ko na siya, na-meet ko lang siya sa LinkedIn, Dr. Ray Fremista. Sabi ko,
Si
idol ko
Ray,
'to.
oo.
Gusto kong my I started LinkedIn as young as 20 years old. 20 years old. Pero hindi ako active. I have that. My scholarship ng Executive MBA doon galing sa LinkedIn. Scholarship ko ng Lean Six Sigma, kaya ako naging Master Black Belt because of LinkedIn. So, ang dami ko na naging benefits doon. So, sabi ko nga, pati network. And then, itong pagiging top 100, meron lang ako nakitang nag-post before. Sabi ko, sobrang idol ko tong, paano kaya maging siya? So, parang tiningnan ko kung paano niya inaano yung mga post niya, yung ganon. So, may in-emanate ako na tao. And then, eventually, napasama ko dun sa top 100. And then, naging magkakilala kami from virtual to physical because of
Face-to-face.
this, networking and all that. So this is the community that we're building. And hopefully sa community na yun, makasama namin kayo para mas lumaki
Yes.
pa, no? Yan.
Yes, yung pini-emphasize ko. So just like you, sir, nakwento ko naman sa kanila, 2021 is also aspiring. So, paano kayo maging top 100? Then suddenly, last year may nag-nominate. And then, tama ka, si Sir Ray, ako nga sabi ko nga si Sir Francis, kwento ko doon, dati ina-idolize ko lang ng bata, ngayon kasama mo na siya. So those network na hindi mo aakalaing makakaasama mo, with Steve C., Cap Hernandez, lahat sila, Miss Mariel, mga CEO ng kanilang company, but you can now, alam mo yun, nakarabing elbows mo, it's ibang experience. So, we're encouraging everyone na maging active on LinkedIn, not because of that, di ba sabi namin doon, don't aspire to be on top, aspire to inspire. So,
Yep.
bukod sa community iba, alam ni Sir yan, nandun kami sa Viber nila, Sir Francis, nagtutulungan. This is a free community, binibigay talaga nila pag sabi kong kailangan ko ng speaker, nandun agad sila. So those things, you can have an access. So I encourage everyone to be active on LinkedIn, but be intentional on using it kasi magkakaroon ka ng access. So yan. So before we forget, picture tayo. And before tayo mag-picture taking, I would like, of course, to give the certificate of appreciation with Sir Felix Concepcion Beroya. Yan, medyo maliit lang pagkakasulat dito, pero give me some time. Lead with empathy, building strong team for tomorrow. Your expertise, insight, and dedication have greatly enriched our webinar, providing invaluable knowledge on the importance of empathy in leadership and its transformative impact on team building for the future. Your contribution has been instrumental in inspiring our audience to understand and embrace the critical role of empathy in effective leadership by fostering strong, more empathetic teams. You have equipped them with the essential tools to lead with understanding, compassion, and success. We extend our sincere gratitude for your outstanding performance and commitment to excellence. Your participation has truly made difference and look forward for future collaborations. In behalf of Accounting Peoples, given this 23rd of May, 2024 via Zoom. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. And then let's have a picture. Yan, pang
Thank you po.
content. Gandang content nito. Yan,
It's
okay.
been my honor to be your speaker. Hopefully may natutunan po kayo sa mga pinagsasabi ko kanina.
Madami, sir. Andyan sila, Ma'am Banji, mga kapwa natin kasama sa ano. Yan, si dito yata yung ibang ano natin member. But again, thank you so much, Sir Felix. Again, I'm truly honored and thankful for saying yes. Alam ko napaka-busy mo and even grabe yung value, di ba? So, lagi tayo mag-abang ng free webinar, guys. Sa susunod na linggo, meron ulit tayo. Abangan nyo, isang kapwa edit ang mag-share. Secret muna kung sino siya. Okay, let's have a picture. 1, 2, 3. Ayan, don't forget to tag sa LinkedIn and connect with Sir. And then we're looking forward na magkita-kita. Kailan tayo ulit magkikita, Sir? Depende sa schedule natin.
Depende sa
Ayan.
schedule.
Ayan.
Pero malapit lang tayo sa isa't isa, di tayo nakikita, no?
Oo nga, Sir. Hindi ko rin alam sa
Isang
SM
bayan
Santo
away
Tomas
lang
ba?
tayo. Ayan.
Oo nga.
Anyways,
Nandito lang ako sa
sige
Santo
po.
Tomas.
Thank you, Miss Yan. Thank you, everyone.
Yes.
Ayan
Thank you
po.
so much. Sino po yung mga nanalo pa? Contact na lang. Again, may namimiss pa
Yes
akong
po,
out.
I'll
Yan.
post on my Facebook page. Ayan, kasi sa LinkedIn hindi ako masyado nagpo-post ng ng mga ganon. Pero sa
Facebook
sa
page.
Facebook, ayan, I'll try to tag yung mga persons or upload the screenshots ng mga nanalo. Alright po, malay nyo mamigay ako ng libreng yellow belt, 'di ba?
Ay, gusto ko. Actually,
Ano yun?
gusto ko
Worth
yung
10,000 po
Sigma.
yun.
Oo, Sigma. Maganda yan. Pang
Worth
ano yan.
10,000 po yun. Depende,
Yan.
'di ba? Anything is possible. Thank you, Miss Yan. I have to leave lang.
Yes, thank you.
Yung
Thank
mag-ina
you
ko
so
is waiting
much.
for me for dinner lang.
Yes,
Thank you
oo
po.
naman,
Thank you,
Thank you so
guys.
much. Ayan.